Introducing Judy Hyder as our TCMA Carrier of the Year finalist from the McKinney Courier-Gazette.
Yes, good morning. My name is Tim Beck. I'm Circulation Manager for the McKinney Courier-Gazette, and I'm here to introduce Judy Hyder, our nomination for Carrier of the Year Award. Good morning, Judy. Could you tell us how you got started in the newspaper business?
Well, in high school, I started inserting for the Courier-Gazette. We did that Wednesdays and Saturdays. And then when I was living in Austin, my husband and I had a Austin route, and we were distributors for the Dallas Times-Herald. And then we moved back up to McKinney in about 1979. And at that point, I just had it with the papers, and I said, no more papers. And in about 3 weeks, I had a route for the Courier-Gazette delivering newsstands.
And you've been doing it ever since?
Yeah. I thought I was going to make a little grocery money, but turned into a 30-year career.
A 30-year career, a good one at that. Judy, could you tell us something funny that happened in your career, or a story that happened over your 30 years as being a carrier?
Well, one time I saw this little boy, about 2 years old, running down the middle of the road. And he didn't have on a coat, he didn't have on any shoes. This was an afternoon route at the time. And so I stopped and I waited there with him for a bit to see if anybody was going to come looking for him. And no one came. And so I asked some of my customers if they knew who he was, but they didn't know him either. So finally we just called the police, and they just went door to door, and he had gotten out of his house about 3 blocks away. They thought he was taking a nap. So I've looked for lost dogs, I've looked for a lost bank bag, but I guess the little lost boy was about the biggest thing.
The most memorable moment.
Yes.
Could you tell us a little bit about your route, what area it covers in the McKinney area?
Well, it's mainly in what they call the historic district of McKinney. It's mainly single-family homes. I have a few apartments. I have a few business customers.
And the historic district, is that the older homes that are in McKinney?
Yes. It covers almost all of my route. And the Historic Commission tries to keep up the homes to certain standards. And these are usually the large, older homes that made McKinney way back when.
In addition to servicing your route, do you do any collections or sales and restarts? I know that obviously you're our leader in restarts, so can you tell us about how you go about that?
Well, if I see somebody is going to expire, I usually send them reminders with their paper, and most of the time that usually works. And every day I try to throw sample papers with a special rate flyer, try to attract new customers, and I just try to give them the best service that I know how to do.
Speaking of service, you maintain a less than one complaint in 1,000, much less than that, over a 30-year span. I'm in awe of that. How do you do that? I mean, what's your drive on service?
Well, I just think we just can't take our customers for granted, and I just try to treat them like I'd like to be treated. And if they do have a problem, I just try to make it right as soon as I can.